The edge of human space was quiet in a way that felt wrong. Stars burned softly, but no ships moved. No trade signals passed. No patrol lights blinked. For most of the galaxy, this region was known as empty and unimportant. Humans lived there, a young species, slow growing, too divided to matter. Alien empires had watched them for centuries. They saw humans argue. They saw humans fail. They saw humans stay silent. Silence was mistaken for weakness. Far beyond the last marked human system, an enemy fleet gathered. Thousands of ships moved together like a dark storm. Their commanders laughed as they crossed the invisible border. No alarm sounded. No warnings came. This only made them more confident. To the alien admirals, human space felt abandoned. No defenses. No resistance. Only stars and planets waiting to be taken. They believed history would remember this as a simple conquest. Deep inside, human territory sensors noticed the intrusion. Signals moved quietly through hidden channels. No public alert was sent. No civilian worlds were warned. On a distant command station, human officers watched the enemy fleet advance. Their faces showed no fear, only patience. One officer spoke softly. "The line has been crossed." Far away in a dark region of space, something awakened. The USS Blackstar had been waiting. The Blackstar was not listed in any public human records. It did not appear in fleet registries. Even many human commanders did not know it existed. It drifted in deep space where no star gave light. Its hull was black and sharp like a shadow made solid. Orange energy lines slept beneath its armor. Inside the ship, the crew moved with calm purpose. They had trained for this moment for years. Some had been born after the Blackstar was built. Others had lost families in earlier alien raids. No one spoke loudly. No one rushed. The captain stood at the center of the command deck, eyes fixed on the distant stars. He had waited his entire life for this order. Human command sent only 3 words. Deploy the Blackstar. The ship changed course without sound. Engines burned low and controlled. It slipped between stars unseen. The enemy fleet continued forward. They sent scouting vessels ahead. None returned. The alien commanders assumed equipment failure. They mocked the human silence. They sent more scouts. Again, nothing returned. Still, they advanced. To them, human space was a prize. To humans, it was home. On the Blackstar, weapons systems came online. Not with noise, not with light, but with a deep vibration felt through the hull. The crew felt it in their bones. These weapons were not meant to scare. They were meant to end things. The captain watched the enemy fleet appear on the main display. Thousands of ships, bright and loud, broadcasting victory messages. They did not know they were already dead. Human history had taught one lesson clearly. Never show your strongest hand first. The Blackstar was the final hand. As the distance closed, the enemy fleet finally detected something. A mass where nothing should be. A shadow moving against the stars. Confusion spread among alien ranks. Commands overlapped. Questions went unanswered. What is that ship? Why does it not respond? Why do sensors fail? The Blackstar remained silent. Human commanders across hidden stations watched the same feed. Some held their breath. Others closed their eyes. They knew what was coming. The Blackstar moved into position. Alone, outnumbered, unafraid. The captain raised his hand. Not to shout, not to threaten, just to signal readiness. On distant human worlds, no one knew what was happening. People slept. Cities glowed. Children dreamed. Humanity trusted the silence it had built. The enemy fleet prepared to fire. Weapons charged. Formations tightened. They believed they were moments from victory. The Blackstar did not move. Inside the ship, the crew felt the weapons reach full power. Energy flowed like a living thing, contained only by human will. The captain spoke one sentence. For all of us. His hand dropped. Space itself seemed to hold its breath. The first shot was about to be fired. The moment before the Blackstar fired felt endless. Time stretched thin and heavy. Stars seemed frozen. Even the enemy fleet slowed, as if space itself resisted what was coming. Inside the Blackstar, no alarm sounded. No dramatic countdown echoed. Only the steady breathing of the crew and the low hum of power. The captain did not look away from the display. His eyes stayed on the enemy flagship, a massive vessel shining with arrogance and confidence. The enemy commanders shouted orders. Their fleets adjusted formation. Weapons pointed forward. They believed the human ship was hesitating. They believed wrong. The Blackstar weapon core opened, not with light, not with sound, but with absence. Sensors across human space flickered. Long-range observers felt a pressure in their chests. Something ancient and controlled was being released. The first shot did not look like a weapon. It looked like empty space moving. It crossed the distance faster than thought. No beam, no missile, no explosion. The enemy vanguard vanished. Ships simply ceased to exist. No debris, no heat, no fading signal. Just empty darkness where thousands of vessels had been. The alien fleet froze in confusion. Commanders screamed for reports. Navigation systems failed. Communication arrays went silent. Panic replaced confidence. Some ships tried to turn back. Others fired wildly into the void. Their weapons hit nothing. The Blackstar remained still. Second shot fired. This time the enemy understood. But understanding came too late. Entire battle groups disappeared. Carriers, fighters, support ships, all erased in perfect silence. Alien commanders watched their tactical maps empty themselves. Sections went dark one by one. Their technology could not explain it. Their science had no answers. They had never faced a weapon like this. Inside the Blackstar, the crew did not cheer. They did not smile. They watched with grim focus. They knew each vanished ship carried lives. But those lives had crossed into human space with intent to destroy. Humanity had chosen an end. The enemy flagship tried to broadcast a retreat order. The signal collapsed halfway. Space around it bent and twisted. Third shot fired. The flagship lost half its mass in an instant. Its shields meant nothing. Its armor was irrelevant. What remained drifted helpless and broken. The alien admiral aboard finally felt fear. Not fear of death, but fear of being erased without meaning. He ordered a surrender, but there was no one left to hear it. The Blackstar did not accept surrender. It had not been built for mercy. Around the battlefield, silence grew deeper. Stars shone through gaps where fleets once existed. Human observers across secret stations watched in disbelief. Some had believed the Blackstar was a myth. Others thought it was only a deterrent. Now they saw the truth. This was not a ship. It was a statement. Enemy ships attempted hyperspace jumps. Their drives failed. The Blackstar field disrupted every escape vector. No one would leave. No one would warn the galaxy. Fourth shot fired. The remaining enemy vessels disappeared together, as if space swallowed them whole. Sensors confirmed 0 active targets. The battle was over, and it had lasted only moments. The Blackstar powered down its weapons. The vibration faded. The ship returned to stillness. Inside the command deck, no one spoke. The crew felt the weight of what they had done. They had protected humanity, but they had also changed the galaxy forever. The captain finally turned away from the display. His voice was calm. Operation complete. Human command acknowledged. Return to shadow. The Blackstar altered course. Engines dimmed. Its outline faded into the dark. Within minutes, it was gone, leaving behind only empty space. On alien worlds far away, alarms began to ring. Scouts failed to report. Entire fleets went missing. Fear spread faster than information. No one knew what had happened. No survivors existed. No recordings remained. Only one truth slowly formed. Human space was not weak. Human silence was not fear. It was restraint. Deep within Galactic Councils, rumors began. Stories of a black ship, a silent weapon, a single day when an entire fleet vanished. Maps were quietly adjusted. Borders redrawn. Human territory was marked differently now. Do not enter. But the galaxy would soon learn that this was only the beginning. The galaxy did not learn what happened all at once. It learned through silence. After the enemy fleet vanished, no signals followed. No wreckage drifted. No survivors limped home. Only empty space remained. Scout probes were sent weeks later. They found nothing, not even radiation scars. It was as if the battle never happened. For many alien leaders, this was impossible. Fleets did not simply disappear. Wars always left something behind. But human space offered no answers. Deep inside human territory, the Blackstar moved again. Not toward home, not toward any known system. It slipped sideways through space, using paths no alien map could show. Inside the ship, the crew remained alert. Their mission was not over. The captain studied incoming data, fragments of alien communication, distress echoes, fear coded into tight transmissions. The galaxy was reacting. Alien worlds argued. Some denied the event. Others demanded explanations. Many quietly pulled their forces back. A few refused to believe. One empire in particular saw the silence as opportunity. They believed the vanished fleet had fallen to an accident, a human trick, or internal failure. They decided to test it. Another fleet assembled. Smaller, faster, more cautious. They planned to strike a border outpost, a human listening station far from populated worlds. They wanted proof. Human command saw them coming, long before they crossed the line. This time, no public response was even considered. No warnings, no messages. Only one order was sent. Observe. The Blackstar changed direction, not to intercept, but to follow from a distance. The crew felt tension rise, not fear, but focus. This fleet was different. They moved slowly, scanning constantly, ready to retreat. The captain knew this test mattered. If even one ship escaped, the galaxy would know. That could not be allowed. The enemy fleet reached the listening station. They fired warning shots, expecting panic. Nothing responded. They advanced closer, preparing to board. That was when the Blackstar acted, not with a weapon, but with shadow. Space around the enemy fleet distorted. Sensors failed. Navigation collapsed. They were trapped without knowing why. Panic spread instantly. The Blackstar did not reveal itself. It stayed hidden, letting fear grow. The alien commander ordered a full retreat. Drives engaged, but nothing happened. Then the Blackstar appeared, not directly ahead, not behind, but everywhere at once. To alien sensors, the ship existed in multiple positions. A ghost, a nightmare. They fired. Their weapons passed through empty space. The Blackstar fired once, not at the fleet, but at space itself. A wave moved outward, silent and invisible. Enemy ships lost power. Shields dropped. Engines died. They floated helpless. The captain watched calmly. This was not extermination. This was demonstration. Human command wanted certainty, not chaos. The Blackstar fired again. Half the fleet vanished, clean and final. The rest were left intact, but unable to move. Inside those ships, fear became terror. Their crews understood the message. Humanity could erase them, or leave them alive, and that choice belonged to humans. The captain waited. Then he sent something no alien expected. A signal. Simple. Clear. Leave now. Forget what you saw. Drives on the remaining ships restarted. Slowly, carefully, they fled. Not toward human space, but away from it. The Blackstar did not pursue. It faded once more into darkness. Those surviving ships returned home. Their crews shaken. Their commanders broken. They told their leaders everything. About the black ship, the silence, the power. The galaxy listened this time. Alliances shifted overnight. Borders closed. Fleets withdrew. Human space became a void no one dared to enter. Legends spread faster than facts. Some said humans controlled time. Others claimed they had awakened ancient weapons. Few guessed the truth. Humans had simply planned far ahead. Inside human worlds, life continued unchanged. People worked, laughed, argued. They never knew how close war had come. Human command classified everything. The Blackstar returned to its hidden orbit. Its crew rested, trained, waited, because the captain knew something the galaxy did not. Fear fades, memories weaken, and someday, someone would test the silence again. When that day came, the Blackstar would be ready. Months passed after the second encounter, but the galaxy never returned to normal. Trade routes shifted, alliances weakened, and silence became the new language of fear. Human space was no longer mocked. It was avoided. In hidden halls of power, alien leaders argued endlessly. Some demanded war. Others begged for restraint. All of them were afraid. Records showed 2 fleets lost, one erased, one broken and released. Both encounters shared one detail. A black human ship, silent, untouchable. They named it many things. The Void Shadow, the Human Reaper, the Last Answer. No one knew its true name. Inside human territory, the Blackstar rested in deep orbit around a dead star. Its engines cold, its weapons asleep, but its crew remained ready. The captain reviewed long-range intelligence daily. He knew fear alone would not last forever. Someone always believes they can win. That someone appeared sooner than expected. A coalition formed quietly. Several mid-level empires united. They believed strength in numbers would succeed. They did not plan invasion. They planned capture. Their goal was the black ship itself. If they could seize it, study it, replicate its power, humanity would lose its advantage. The coalition fleet moved carefully, using stealth, using misinformation, spreading false signals across the galaxy. Human command detected them immediately. This time the response was different. No direct interception, no immediate strike. The captain received a rare order. Let them come. The Blackstar powered up just enough to move. It relocated closer to the dead star, using its gravity to mask its presence. The enemy fleet arrived weeks later. Hundreds of ships, their commanders confident but cautious. They detected the Blackstar at last, floating silent and alone. Excitement spread through their ranks. Boarding craft launched. Capture fields activated. They believed victory was moments away. Inside the Blackstar, the crew stood at stations. Hands steady, faces calm. They were not worried. The captain allowed the enemy closer than ever before. The first boarding craft touched the hull. That was when the trap closed. Space around the Blackstar folded inward. Gravity surged. Enemy ships slammed together. Formations collapsed. Panic erupted instantly. The Blackstar spoke for the first time, not with sound, but with force. A pulse rolled outward, disabling every enemy system. Weapons, shields, drives, all gone. The coalition fleet was helpless. The captain opened a channel, this time with voice. You came to steal what you do not understand. Alien commanders tried to respond. Their words fell into silence. The Blackstar weapons charged again, but did not fire. Fear became desperation. The captain waited, then gave a command. Release the archive. Across the enemy fleet, every screen activated, showing recorded moments from the first vanished fleet. Ships disappearing, signals dying, space emptying. The truth laid bare. This is what happens when humans are tested. The captain spoke once more. Leave now. Never return. Carry this memory. The weapons power down. Systems on enemy ships slowly returned. They fled without order, without dignity. None looked back. The Blackstar did not chase. It never needed to. News of the failed capture attempt spread like fire. Even those who doubted before now believed. Humanity was not hiding. It was watching. Galactic councils dissolved. Military budgets shifted to defense only. Expansion dreams ended. Human borders became permanent lines. Inside human worlds, still nothing changed. Children played. Cities grew. Life continued unaware. That was the greatest fear of all. Humans defended existence, not conquest. The captain stood alone on the command deck, watching the dead star. His crew had proven the Blackstar was more than a weapon. It was control. Human command sent a final encrypted message. Stage for complete. The captain closed his eyes briefly. He knew what came next. The galaxy would adapt. New fears, new plans. But now every civilization understood one truth. Human silence was not ignorance. It was mercy, and mercy could end at any moment. The The galaxy tried to breathe again, but it could not. Fear sat in every council chamber. Fear hid inside every patrol report. Fear waited behind every star chart. Human space had become a dark wall, not because humans built a fortress of guns, but because they built a fortress of silence. After the failed capture attempt, the coalition leaders returned home shattered. Their crews spoke in whispers. Their hands trembled when they touched control panels. They had seen the black ship up close. They had felt their systems die with a single pulse. They had heard a human voice that carried no anger, only certainty. Most empires chose retreat. They erased attack plans. They pulled fleets back to their core worlds. They marked human territory with warnings that looked like prayers. But one empire did not retreat. The Terran Dominion did not believe in fear. They believed fear was a weapon used by the weak. Their ruler, the High Archon, had built power by crushing hesitation. He listened to reports about the Blackstar and laughed. He said, "No ship is invincible. No weapon is beyond understanding. No species is above conquest." The Dominion began a new project, not to invade, not to capture, but to survive long enough to learn. They built signal mirrors to watch human borders from far away. They launched deep space drones that hid inside comet tails. They seeded listening devices in empty systems. All to answer one question: where does the black ship go when it disappears? Weeks became months. Their spies gathered fragments. A flicker on sensors here. A distortion in gravity there. A corridor of silence where stars seemed dimmer. They started to map the shadow paths. Human command noticed the pattern, and the captain of the Blackstar was called into a secure channel. The message was short: "Someone is hunting you." The captain did not react with anger. He reacted with a still calm focus. He knew this day would come. Fear always turns into curiosity. Curiosity always turns into arrogance. The Blackstar left its dead star orbit, not to hide, but to lure. Human command did not want another battle at the border. They wanted the threat exposed and ended far from civilians. So the Blackstar moved toward an unclaimed region, a wide field of broken rocks and dust, a graveyard of ancient collisions, a place where sensors lied and echoes multiplied. It was the perfect trap. The Terran Dominion took the bait. Their drones followed the distortions. Their mirrors tracked the faintest wake. Their fleet gathered beyond the dust field. Hundreds of ships built for pursuit, fast, sharp, and filled with hunters. The High Archon promised his people a trophy: the black ship, alive or broken. When the Dominion fleet entered the dust field, they went silent by choice. No broadcasts, no celebration, only cold discipline. Their scanners pushed through drifting rocks. Their engines burned in short bursts. They moved like predators in tall grass. Then they saw it, a dark shape ahead, motionless, alone, the Blackstar. The Dominion commanders could hardly believe their luck. For the first time, the black ship was not hiding. For the first time, it looked like a target. They surrounded it slowly, closing nets of energy, deploying boarding spears, preparing containment fields. They did not fire. They wanted control. Inside the Blackstar, the crew watched the net tighten. Their faces stayed calm, but their hearts beat harder. Because this was different. These enemies were not scared. They were determined. The captain understood what that meant. A determined enemy will keep coming until the lesson is final. He gave silent orders. Systems armed, shields tuned, weapon core warmed but held in restraint. He waited until the Dominion fleet was close enough that none could escape without being seen. Then the Blackstar vanished. Not through speed, not through cloaking. It vanished like reality had turned away. Dominion sensors screamed with errors. Their containment fields snapped shut on nothing. Their boarding spears slammed into empty space. Confusion spread in an instant. And that was when the trap began. The dust field lit with hidden human beacons. Not bright, not loud, just enough to bend sensor readings. Just enough to guide the Dominion deeper. The fleet chased ghost signals. Every time they thought they had the Blackstar, it slipped away again, always drawing them inward. Hours passed. Their fuel dropped. Their patience cracked. The High Archon demanded results. The commanders promised they were close. And the first ship disappeared. No explosion. No light. Just gone. The Dominion tried to deny it. A sensor glitch, they said. A dust collision, they said. Then 2 more vanished. The fleet halted. Formations tightened. Weapons charged. Still the Blackstar did not appear. Fear began to creep into the Dominion ranks. Not open fear, but the private kind. The kind that makes a hand pause over a firing switch. The High Archon ordered full attack readiness and sent a cruel command. If you cannot capture it, then destroy it. The Dominion fleet fired into the dust. Thousands of shots, beams and missiles and kinetic rounds. They shredded rocks and vapor trails. But they hit no target. The Blackstar appeared behind them. Close. Too close. It was not alone. Human support craft emerged from the dust. Small compared to the Blackstar, but fast and sharp. They moved like wolves around a giant shadow. The Dominion fleet tried to turn, but the dust field now worked against them. Their own firing had filled space with debris. Their sensors were blind. The captain finally opened a channel to the High Archon. You hunted the silence. Now the silence hunts you. The High Archon replied with rage. He promised vengeance. He demanded the ship surrender. The captain gave no long speech. Only one sentence. No enemy fleet lives to tell the tale. The Blackstar weapon core opened. The Dominion felt it before they saw anything. A pressure like deep water. A weight on the mind. Then the Blackstar fired. A wave moved through the fleet. Not a beam. Not a blast. A clean erasing force. Ships vanished in lines. Command vessels. Carrier hubs. Attack groups. The Dominion tried to scatter, but human craft cut off paths, herding them into the wave. The High Archon screamed for retreat, for emergency jumps, for any exit. Human beacons shifted, gravity folded, drives failed. The Dominion realized the horrible truth. They had entered a place designed to kill fleets, a place humans had prepared long ago. The Blackstar fired again. More ships disappeared, and with them every chance of witnesses. The High Archon watched his fleet die on silent screens. His own flagship shaking under forces it could not resist. He tried one final act, a last transmission to the galaxy. A warning. The signal left his ship and died in the dust. The Blackstar moved closer, its shadow covering the flagship. The captain spoke softly to his crew. Finish it, and the last ship vanished. Afterward, the dust field was quiet. Only rocks drifting, only distant stars. No debris, no bodies, no story to spread. The Blackstar powered down and disappeared into the dark again. Far away, the Terran Dominion waited for their fleet to return. Days passed, then weeks, then nothing. The galaxy learned through silence once more. And this time, even the bravest empires stopped breathing near the human border. The galaxy never received an announcement. There was no declaration, no victory message, no warning, only absence. After the Terran Dominion fleet vanished, the silence became absolute. Trade lanes near human space emptied completely. Long-range probes stopped at a safe distance. Even pirates refused to drift too close. Human territory became a myth shaped like a border. Stories spread in fragments. Whispers carried by merchants. Half-broken reports from terrified crews. Tales of fleets that went hunting and never returned. No one could prove anything, because no one survived long enough to prove it. Inside, human space life continued quietly. Factories worked. Ships were built. Children went to school. News channels spoke of normal things. Humans did not celebrate. They did not even discuss what had happened. Only a handful of leaders knew the full truth. Deep beyond charts and maps, the Blackstar drifted once more. Not near a star, not near a world, but in perfect darkness. Its crew trained, rested, and waited. The captain stood often at the observation deck, watching nothing, thinking about everything. He knew the Blackstar had done what it was made to do, but he also knew the price. Fear was a shield, but fear could also become hatred. Human command understood this too. One final phase remained. Not destruction, but understanding. Far across the galaxy, a Grand Council was called, not in one place, but through secure, long-range channels. Every major empire attended, even those who once mocked humanity. The topic was simple: humanity. They spoke carefully, slowly, choosing words as if they might explode. What are humans? What do they want? Why do they hide such power? No one had answers. Then something happened that had never happened before. A human signal appeared. Not aggressive, not encrypted, open. It was brief. We will speak. Panic spread instantly. Some feared a trap. Others feared an ultimatum. But curiosity won. A neutral system was chosen. Far from any border. Far from any fleet concentration. The day came. Hundreds of alien representatives gathered through holograms. Some armored. Some shaking. Some masked. Space itself seemed to wait. Then the Blackstar arrived. Not suddenly. Not violently. It simply appeared. Whole. Silent. Immense. Many representatives froze. Some cut their feeds. Others stared in awe. The Blackstar did not target anyone. Did not charge weapons. Did not move closer. It stayed still. A single human figure appeared on the central channel. The captain. His voice was calm. Steady. Without anger. You fear us because you never understood us. The council listened in total silence. We did not build the Blackstar to rule the galaxy. We built it because history taught us a lesson. The captain paused. Every species reaches a point where it must decide. To be destroyed, or to ensure survival. Humans chose survival. Images appeared across the council displays. Human colonies destroyed long ago. Raids, burning cities, forgotten massacres. You tested us when we were young. You taught us what the galaxy does to the weak. The images changed. Shipyards, engineers, quiet planning, decades of preparation. We learned to stay silent. We learned to wait. The council understood now. This was not revenge. It was insurance. The captain continued. The Blackstar is not alone. But it is enough. Fear rippled through the council. We will not expand. We will not conquer. We will not interfere. But hear this clearly. If another fleet crosses our borders with hostile intent, there will be no survivors. No messages. No history. Only silence. Some representatives demanded proof. Others begged for peace. The captain raised a hand. You have already seen proof. Then he did something unexpected. He powered down the Blackstar weapons completely. Human command confirms this meeting is not a threat. This is a boundary. Respect it, and humanity will remain quiet. Cross it, and the galaxy will forget you existed. The transmission ended. The Blackstar did not wait. It vanished into darkness. The council remained frozen. No one spoke for a long time. Then one by one fleets across the galaxy changed course. Orders were canceled. War budgets redirected. Maps rewritten. Human borders were no longer marked as disputed. They were marked final. Years passed. No major wars touched human space. No probes crossed the line. No fleets tested the silence again. Children across the galaxy grew up hearing one lesson. Humans do not shout. Humans do not threaten. They erase. Inside the Blackstar, the crew aged. Some retired. Some trained replacements. The ship remained ready. The captain grew older. His hair turned gray, but his eyes stayed sharp. One day he stood on the deck and smiled slightly. The Blackstar had never fired again, because the greatest weapon humanity ever used was not its power. It was the memory of the day it chose to use it. And the galaxy never forgot. The day the USS Blackstar fired. No enemy fleet survived to tell the tale.